Welcome everybody, and today we're gonna keep going through the main line. We're also gonna get to one of the bigger cities, start our crafting, and get those Mages Guild and Fighters Guild and Undaunted quest sort of skill lines up and running. Since we've pretty much done all of our um, weapon skills and the class skills that we need to get started running up and running as well. Might as well get those done as well. So let's go ahead and go talk to Caldwell.
So much to do.
Still, I will never get over how tall this guy is.
Hello, have you come to pay your respects to this poor fellow too? It was the strangest thing. I was looking at this very gravestone in a dream. So here I came, and there it is, all solid and everything.
Is the gravestone important?
Important? I have no idea. I suppose it must be. I saw it in a dream after all. Or was it a vision? I get those two confused. Anyway, I felt a sort of pull and stepped through a door, and then pish-posh, on as a bantam gua, and here I am.
Abner Tharn sent me to check on surges of power he detected.
Tharn, you say, the grumpy battle mage. How is the old boy? The surges were probably just me. My portal took a few tries before we honed in on this exact location. Now, why don't you take a look at the gravestone and see what you make of it?
What happened to the other sites you visited before you found this gravestone?
Well, it took a few tries to find the exact spot I saw in my dream. A number of frightfully rude lads and lasses occupied the first location I visited, demanded my surrender, if you can imagine such a thing. Naturally, I gave them the old heave-ho.
I saw that Bantam Guar rummaging around in a foul-smelling sack at one site.
Foul smelling, I'll have you know, that was my lunch. Can't believe I lost it. And if by Bantam Guar you mean my faithful steed, Honor, well, he's always getting into my foodstuffs. Has the appetite of a mammoth and the cunning of a fox, that one.
And did you also dispatch the Ilgrim I found at one of the sites?
Dispatch? Why would I do such a terrible thing? I adore those adorable pudge buckets. Alas, Grook was standing a little too close when I opened my portal. Poor thing fell in and took a nasty spill. When the neck bone snaps, it makes an awful sound.
Lovely. Alright, well, let me grab this before I forget, because runestones, and we're collecting stuff, as always. Here lies the head of the betrayer, whose name has been stricken from history. May the pieces of his dismembered body remain hidden until Joan and Jode fall from the sky. Well, I guess somebody didn't like this guy.
Were the words the same for you? Sometimes written language likes to confuse me. Words change and switch places. Very annoying. Anyway, the gravestone mentions the betrayer. Sounds like a dastardly chap. Wonder if I ever met him.
Why do you think you dreamed about this gravestone? Also, kind of nice to know that Cadwell is dyslexic.
I don't have the slightest idea. The words inscribed upon it conjure up all kinds of questions, though. Who is this betrayer? Whom did he betray? Why did they bury only his head? And where did they put the rest of the poor fellow? I don't have a clue.
Alright, Abner Tharn said that if I found you, I should ask if you'd help us with Elsweyr's dragon problem.
Dragons? I haven't battled a dragon since... You know, I can't remember, but I'm certain I fought one or two in my day. I was a gallant knight, after all. Of course I'll help. I'll just need to do a little more digging into this dream thing first.
Alright, if you don't remember his connection, or at least to the, Good lord, I always forget the name of the underworld in this place. But let's
Did
ask
we
him.
go over this? I'm a chivalrous knight. Oh, you mean the pale and dashing complexion? Well, I'm a soul shriven, a denizen of lovely Cold Harbor. I'm the oldest of my kind and a sort of role model, at least for those who haven't gone feral.
Cold Harbor, right? Yeah. So he's the Soul Shriven, and one of the other sort of beginning quest lines. We actually we get to see him pretty early on as well.
It's called a helmet, I'll have you know. The proper headgear for a daring knight, not at all as pedestrian as the foppery you're adorned with. Sorry, old chap, your attire is perfectly adequate. Suits you to a tittle, really does.
All right, thanks for dissing my lovely costume. Ooh, did something just spawn in this back? Nope, nothing spawned in this backpack. But let's see, we are going to the Defense Force outpost. So let's get our mount out.
Get down. I'll deal with this.
Survive the dragon attack. I guess I survived. Let's see what this guy's saying. Oh, nice, lovely little.
Oh, now you show up. Left me to deal with a dragon all by myself. It's a good thing I'm Abner Tharn and not, well, some lesser mage.
You defeated a dragon, or at least scared him off a little bit.
I discouraged it. But not before it laid waste to most of the camp. We arrived to find the outpost being overrun by undead. Then the dragon attacked. I did what I could. I fear it wasn't enough. What about the power surges? Did you learn anything?
You were right. It was Cadwell. He was drawn to an old grave of someone called the Betrayer.
The Betrayer? There's a betrayer mentioned in the legends of Kunzari. It seems those stories continue to hound me. No matter. We can deal with that later. Right now, I want to know about Cadwell. Has he agreed to lend us his support?
Alright, Cadwell agreed to help, but you should know he's been having some strange dreams.
That doesn't surprise me. Cadwell and Strange go together like hot bread and butter. I need to recover my strength. Driving off that dragon took a lot out of me. Why don't you go help Chimera while I keep watch in case the great beast returns?
You mentioned the legends of Kunzari.
Kunzari, hero of the Merethic era. Most of the legends are unbelievable, though the Khajiit moon singers guard the secret history. Their tales led me to the halls of Colossus. But let's save this for a less dangerous time. Tell me about Cadwell.
Right, the halls of Colossus where he supposedly released a bunch of dragons. As always, everything is Abner Tharn's fault. Alright, we told him about Cadwell. Let's... Oh yeah, this guy was helping. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Yep, he's really helping. Throwing the occasional bucket.
Damn us for arriving too late. I did not expect to find our militia under assault by a horde of undead. And then the dragon. Oh, it tangles the tail, Walker, it truly does.
Alright, what can I do to help?
The militia was already depleted from the fight to liberate Riverhold, but we were determined to press on toward Rimen. Between the undead and the dragon, though, we can barely hold this portion of the outpost. Retreat is not an option. Not yet.
Why not?
Our resistance to Euraxia's rule requires more than just soldiers. There are intelligence reports, safe house locations, lists of supporters, documents we cannot afford to lose. Search the ruined camp and locate the documents, Walker.
Are the documents really that important? I mean...
They are vital to our
That's why
efforts
we
to
don't
free
like
Rimmon from Euraxia's rule. And if her
some people in
forces
Congress
acquire
we don't.
them, those who help us will be exposed. Recover the documents from mail sacks in the camp and get them to Captain Nalado. Then meet us to the south.
Alright, I'll file the documents, I will give them to Nalado, and then meet you south of the camp. Alright, let's look at this. So if you ever get lost, there's always these little quest markers you can check out. And of course, just, knowing the way that this game goes, there's undead down there. Woohoo! We're gonna... Oh yeah, there we go. So, well, yeah. Right, where's my first mail sack? My first mail sack, I think, is down this way. Awesome. Thank you for kiting those people away. Alright, there's the mail. That's mail sack 1. Alright, let's check that jewelry box. And of course we're gonna look for some more pick locks. Lockpicks. Lockpicks, yep. It's totally what I meant. Do we want to go over to that guy and beat the shit out of him? Yeah. Yeah, we do. Awesome. Okay, let's go down to the next little bit where we need to go. Yep. I'm guessing the second one is next to this mage. I'm gonna kill this mage first. So the recording got a little cut off, hence we are suddenly at night. But Nice, that lasted just long enough for us to kill some stuff. And there's a nice little lore book. Or, no, that's not a lore book. Lore books are purple. Do we want to check that out? Okay, so it looks like the other mail sack is going to be down here. What did I climb all the way up there for again? Everything is just right here. Okay. Ooh, corn basket. Do I want some corn? I mean, those first couple recipes that I'll probably be making to level up my crafting probably will require corn, so we're just gonna grab it. All right, and now we need to go and speak to Nalado. So Nalado's just up here. Over time. I definitely walked up the wrong way. Okay. There we go.
If you're so fascinated by the dead, why don't you join them?
Oh, okay. She's savage. Okay. Do I need to have a soul gem ready for this shit? Huh? Okay.
This one doesn't know you, but at least you aren't a walking corpse. This one must ask, why are you here?
I'm type 5. Kamir asked me to recover those documents and give them to you.
Bright moons! This one thought these were lost forever. You saved many lives at great risk to your own walker. You have Nalado's respect. This one will guard these documents with her life.
Well, who'd you just murder right in front of us?
That was one of Euraxia, the usurper queen's pet necromancer. His undead devastated our troops, so this one took pleasure in ending his existence. Now, Nalado must return to Riverhold and consult with Garashwi. We must find a way to go on.
And how long has Euraxia been employing necromancers?
Euraxia's chief necromancer, Zumag Fum, has been with her for some time, but our intelligence suggests his followers have only recently rallied to her side. Find Abnortharn and Carmira. Tell them to meet us in Riverhold.
Alright, I'll pass along the message. Okay, so looks like we're going back to Riverhold, which is, I assume, whichever way is out of here.
I've spotted dragons circling in the distance from time to time, but it doesn't look like the winged monster that attacked the camp will return today. Was your hunt successful? Did you recover the documents that Kamira sought?
Alright, found the documents and gave them to Nalado. She went to Riverhold.
I must join them there. The Khajiiti forces have been decimated by this attack. It will take every strategy I can devise to help Garesh-Ri prevent the collapse of his militia. The appearance of so many undead, though, That concerns me.
Nala Do said Euraxia's chief necromancer, Zumog Foom, recently brought his followers to Elsweyr.
Yes, I read the reports. Zumog Foom and his necromancers working for my despicable half-sister. Such magic leaves behind a miasma of stench and decay. It leads to the mountains to the west, but I can't pinpoint an exact location.
I'll track it down.
Good idea. Dragons are bad enough, but undead tend to go on without end. Better to deal with them now, before Euraxia's power becomes more than we can contain.
Alright, is this the first time a dragon has aided Euraxia's forces?
In such a direct manner? Yes, as far as we know. It could have been coincidence, but the attack felt designed to hit us when it would do the most damage. I wanted to send Chimera with you to find the source, but I have no idea where she's gone.
Well, I'll track it down and look for Chimera.
Find the source of this army of undead. And if you see Chimera, send her back to Riverhold. She's as reckless as she is capable, which is a dangerous combination. I'll make my way back as well. After all, Garesh-Ree would be lost without me.
Chimera didn't say where she was going?
In case you haven't noticed, we two don't always see eye to eye. She can be impetuous and obstinate, truth be told. Chimera gathered a handful of soldiers and took off to the west. If you run into her, send her back to Riverhold.
Okay, so now we find the source of the undead. I found Chimera.
I did not expect to see you in this desolate place, Walker. Did Captain Nalado send you? Or have you come to join us as we hunt the dragon that killed so many of our warriors?
Alright, neither. Abnor Tharn sent me to find the source of the undead that attacked the outpost.
Then our missions coincide. We can work together to destroy the undead and slay the dragon. It will be glorious. When we finish with the hunting and the slaying, we can report our success to Lord Garesh-Ree.
Abnor Tharn said you should return to Riverhold.
I do not take orders from that old battle mage. Besides, the blood of Khajiiti warriors cries for vengeance. To disregard that cry, that is not a shame I can bear. No, I must do this. I must strike back and show my people that hope survives.
Alright, sounds risky.
The worthy life is full of risk, Walker. I assume you knew that, given what you do. I will tell you a secret, though. Before my parents died, they gave me a pendant. As long as I wear it, Jode watches over me and provides his protection.
You have a pendant that's connected to Jode.
To Jode, yes, but also to my family and heritage. I suppose you could call it an heirloom. It helps me in my role as agent for Lord Garesh-Ree, and that is all I will say about it. Now, let us go inside and find the necromancer and the dragon.
I have a feeling I'm going to save your life, and you're going to give me that pendant. Yep, I have a good feeling about that. Alrighty, so I have taken a break from that quest, and I'm coming to this main city. It's Rimmon. And here we're going to grab the skill lines for the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and where's Dauntless? They're somewhere here. We'll grab him. We'll grab him somewhere. But let's go ahead and do that.
Next time I'm in the field, I think I'll bring a great warhammer. Or two.
Did you come here for crafting certification?
That could be one thing we're here for. Let's talk to Issachar
Welcome to our
first.
hall. Are you familiar with the guild? The Fighters Guild. You should consider joining up. We have a new guildmaster and a new singular purpose. Why don't we talk for a moment?
Let's talk about what the Fighters Guild is.
Excellent. I know we'll all be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you? Right. Our new guildmaster is an Argonian, sees all colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their damned anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains, plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste to the countryside. Hard fights.
All right, so what do I do in return for doing your fighting for you?
Ha! Yes, good question. We train our members in special techniques, and the higher-ups are always looking for motivated members to help with special projects. You never know, you might be the next Yofnir.
All right. I think she got murdered. But let's join this
Then
Fighters
let
Guild.
me be the first to officially welcome you as an associate of the Fighters Guild. Get out there and take the fight to the Daedra.
Awesome. And you can tell if a building is the Fighters Guild by this banner. It'll always have this banner. Oh, and look! Millenith is here, and she teaches us crafting.
You here for crafting certification? Don't worry, there's no cost involved. Your alliance covers all my fees. Once you're certified, they'll let you fulfill the crafting writs. Everyone wins. They're daily requests for crafted goods, but they're only available to certified crafters. If you can show me you know your craft, I'll get you certified. I can train and certify blacksmiths, clothiers, and woodworkers. If that sounds like something you'd want, we can get started.
Right, so I at least want to open up all of these skill lines. So,
Excellent.
let's say we're ready.
We can get started whenever you're ready. Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
All right, let's look at making our own fancy
If you
clothing.
convince me you know how to use a needle and thread, I'll certify you. However, you must commit. I can't certify two things at once. Show me you can craft a pair of homespun gloves. First, you'll collect some raw jute, then return here and refine it. Finally, you'll use refined jute to make the gloves. Of course. It was the first trade I studied. I'm happy to certify anyone familiar with a clothing station. Now run forth and bring me a pile of raw jute. I spotted some raw jute growing on the outskirts of town. You might as well harvest it yourself. Should that not be enough, you'll have to search elsewhere.
All right, I'll bring you some jute. Alright, so it said like you need a commit. You don't. You can open up all skill lines. You just can't do them at the same time. You can only do one of the certifications one at a time, but you can still get all of them and max out all of them. I just wanted to start off with this one because I'm going to be making some beautiful staves and beautiful robes for myself. We're also going to hit this Mage's Guild. So this is the Mage's Guild right here. That little eye. And we're going to open up that skill line as well. And apparently somebody's having a row. Alright. Oh, they're connected. Cool. I guess. Oh, why do I always get lost in these buildings?
A fascinating application of the technique. Welcome. Are you here on Mage's Guild business? Yes, of course. We're lawkeepers across the face of Tamriel. Guild members seek out books, tomes, and ancient scrolls in their travels. why don't you speak with me for a moment? Perhaps you'd like to join. Always good to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanus will be pleased. We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes.
Alright, and that's kind of important because the only way to level up this skill line is to find the lore books. And they're basically books that you find anywhere in the world, and they glow all purpley and stuff. And they will advance your experience.
We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself. Excellent. You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you reputation in the Guild.
Alright, now we can find all of that. So now we go into Guild, and we'll find the Fighters Guild. Right. So it'll have all of these lovely things. It'll also have its own passives. And the Mages Guild. So we I think the advanced version of Meteor is like Starlight or Falling Star or something like this. Quite sought after. But I believe what we will be looking at mostly is gonna be oh, well, we're gonna be doing Persuasive Will. This does help out quite a lot, and we're gonna be grabbing a bunch of these passives because especially this one right here, because we wanna get more efficient with our magicka. Right now we just need to run around, find some jute. Generally you'll find it just like the way you find these. So let's look around and find some jute. Right, there we go. So the quest actually marks them for you. And if you have a hard time because you have all of your settings set to like ultimate or maximum or whatever it is, you can actually lower the ground clutter settings, and then then you'll just mainly see the collectibles really well up because you won't have anything else really muddling it. Oh, is that a lore book? No, that's Thieves' Trove. Okay, right. So she does not have any of her crafting stuff here, does she? Right. Well, that's no matter that she doesn't have the crafting stuff here. We can very easily find it. Go into your map, and then you'll generally find something like this. And this is the Artisan District. So all we need to do is just mark that and head over to those stations. Let's pull out our mount because this is a big city. Even though I'm pretty sure I move just as fast as this mount does. But it looks pretty, and I like my little guar. Woof. And look at this. This is where all the tradespeople are. So the daily writs, absolutely. Oh god, this is beautiful. They are fantastic. Oh, she's just teleporting all over the place. But they are fantastic for actually getting experience, as well as some money and mats.
Such grassy areas in the wilderness for raw jute. You should find enough if you look around. Raw jute is plentiful if you know where to look. Just don't chew on it. It can really do a number on your... well, just Don't chew on it.
All right. So one of the things is at the little table you'll be able to refine it, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But I already had some refined jute.
Head to the clothing station and craft a pair of homespun gloves. You shouldn't need much refined jute. Don't forget a style material. You can purchase them from any clothier or scavenge them yourself.
All right. So both of the questions that, you know, I could have asked her really I can answer them for you. So let's see. Where's my little clothier? Oh, there we go. Clothier right here. This guy. Scissors. Scissors and thread. Very self-explanatory. So let's use the clothing station. Okay. So right here in the refine tab, it'll have you refine stuff. So you need at least 10 of a material to refine it. And generally you'll get anywhere from around, I want to say 7 to 10 of the refined material. So let's do 15 jute. Right, what we're going to do is, yep, 7 to 10 jute. Nice. We're going to refine. What? Nope. There we go. I need 4 additional. Oh, cool. Okay, so one of the other thing that it wants us to do is have those additional spots open, because sometimes they can give us additional items. You always want to keep the TAs because they are required for the daily quests. Let's go into here. What I want to do right is we're gonna refine that. And gave me some jute and some quartz, which is awesome. Alright, and so she was talking about style material. So these things that I've been collecting, the manganese, adamantite, and the moonstone. I have like a bunch of other ones as well, but these are the only ones that I have the blueprints for. So I have 53 moonstones, so I can make what did she want me to make? Homespun gloves. So I can make some nice, beautiful Khajiit homespun gloves. And before they used to not like give you the little cursor, and now they have it so you don't have to switch back and forth or write down what you wanted. But I don't think I want to use the Khajiit ones. They're not pretty. Let's make these orc homespun gloves. And the traits are the ones that give them the additional supplies, but I don't have any of the traits available because I haven't done any research on this account yet, or on this character. So let's press R and create those homespun gloves. And there we go. We got... Where's she? She's all the way over here, right? Of course, away from everything else.
Craft a pair of homespun gloves. You'll need refined jute and a style material. Clothiers sell those if you can't find any yourself. You know, I'm a master clothier, yet I still own a pair of homespun gloves. They keep my hands warm at night. Sometimes simple is better. Wonderful. Now for deconstruction. There's much to learn from breaking down your own work, even more so with someone else's creation. Head to a clothing station and deconstruct your gloves. Or anything else, really. Just be sure you do it there.
Okay, yeah, deconstruction is great. So I've been saving a couple of pieces. One of the reasons my inventory is just so goddamn full is I've been saving a couple of pieces. So you go back into the clothing station, and so this is the refining, the creation, and the deconstruction. We want to go there. All right. And we can see all of the things. You can only, at the clothier station, you can only deconstruct things that the clothier station can make, right? So some of these have this little boon called intricate. And what you get with intricate is you get increased inspiration, which means deconstructing these will actually give you more experience towards this clothing thing. These ones, the ornate just means you can sell them for more. Right, so I'm going to sell this. I'm not going to deconstruct it. I might deconstruct this. And the green stuff can also, so the ones that are green are higher rarity than the ones that are white. The items that are white, yeah. And deconstructing them, you have a chance of getting one of the mats that allows you to raise something from a white rarity level to a green rarity level. But other than that, let's deconstruct. Actually, let's me deconstruct all of this. Right? You can do a bunch of stuff at the same time, about 8, I think. So let's deconstruct those. Yes. Now I've got shoot, obsidian, and manganese. And that also freed up some space. So that's one of the things that I do. Is instead of selling a bunch of stuff, a lot of times I'll deconstruct it. Just so, like, when I'm doing the daily quests, I don't have to keep looking for the raw material, because you get some of the raw material back, so you don't have to look for as much raw material.
You're more than capable with needle and thread. I'll be proud to call you my colleague. Already done. You'll now be able to fulfill clothier crafting writs, and I look forward to seeing more of your work.
See, this is the same thing that the writs will give you, this inspiration.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Alright, we're gonna just knock these out all at once. Ooh, my dark magic increased. Why? Because that inspiration doesn't just go to that particular crafting skill, it also goes to all of the skills that you have slotted. To these, just when you're doing one of these, be careful. Be careful not to steal stuff, because you can come over here and like steal something. Don't do that. Right, so you get that inspiration again, right? And you get a blacksmith crate. In the blacksmith crate, if you open it up, it'll be a reward. A lot of times it's mats, it's some items that you can sell or deconstruct. And you also have a blacksmith service. This will tell you where there are things that you can find. Right, so let's look at this. So this tells us in Grotwood, right, we can find some like iron or whatever metal that we're currently level 2. We can find that right over here. Most of the time I really don't care about those, so I'm just gonna do that. But that's the end of getting all of the quest lines, or all of the skill lines. So all I need to do is just go around a little bit in this vicinity, grab a little bit more jute, grab a little bit more wood, maybe some more flowers and things, and just hand them in. Then I'll get a little bit more experience, and that's always going to be useful. And that's going to be the end of today's. Now that we have all of these skill lines, now that I can go and search and grab all of these items and then make them into different things every single day to make sure that I constantly have more stuff incoming, so it'll give me more mats, it'll give me more experience, and you want to do those every 24 hours, or every rollover. But next time we'll continue with that main quest, and also just play around with a bunch of the stuff that's here. We'll go do some delves and some other quests. There's plenty in Rimmet, and there's still some stuff on the way back from Riverhold. Alright, thank you for joining us.